What's going on, guys? Stoked for today's video because we are finally going to be installing our subs in Chomper. I haven't had a system in a truck in a couple years, and I've had the itch for one really bad here lately, so I'm super excited that I finally pulled the trigger. We're going to have some good bass in this thing very, very soon. So you might have seen a couple months ago we installed the Infinity door speakers, and then like 2 weeks ago we installed the Kenwood head unit. So those two things paired together, it's a very good experience in there, but it's missing the bass, and personally that's my favorite part. I'm not one that has to have a stunt wall or you hear me from 4 miles away, and I get it, that's cool. If you're into that, then go for it. But personally, just give me some decent audio and then a lot of bass, and I'm a happy camper. So that's exactly what we're going for today. Now I got to get this thing washed because it's filthy and it's driving me crazy, but let's also appreciate, if you missed the last video, we back on the mud crabs. Let's go. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash it. I'll show you all what we got, and then first thing in the morning we getting this install started. Well, it was clean for about 2 seconds, and now it's got a fresh coat of pollen covering every square inch of it, but you can't do much about that this time of the year. But I got everything unboxed. Let's check it out. Went with Skar audio. So starting over here, we got the dual 10-inch sub box. It's gonna go behind our rear seat. It is a sealed box. For the amp, we went with the RP 1200-1D. Got our wiring kit. And then for subs, we went with the VD-10 D4, which is a shallow mount, of course. Should be exactly what I'm looking for. I am stoked. So enough talking. Let's get this thing inside and get this install started. Nothing ended up coming with the screws, so I had to run to the parts store just now and grab some screws for this thing. Your blue is going to be your power. You can just look in there and see whatever wire goes to what. So blue power, just push this guy up, slip that in there. Same thing. 2-inch drywall screws, apparently that's what you're supposed to use. Looked it up. So we're just gonna get that nice and straight. Also can't find my regular drill, so we're using the old impact on here, but we're being chill. We're not gonna blast through it or anything. Booyah! That looks so good. Let's throw this thing in the truck. We're gonna go ahead and hook our speaker wires up. Blue and white going to negative, solid blue going to positive. However your colors coordinate, do them. Because solid blue was positive on the inside, so we're staying with that. And then our negative. Boom. I've already pulled up this guy. This just pops straight up. You can kind of leave this and this in here if you want to, because they're pretty loose. You can pop them out and just slip your cables underneath there, or you can take them out either way. This panel pops straight up, and then you want to slide it backwards out from underneath this, so you don't have to take this off and tear it up or whatever. And then the panel right here, it pops forward. As you see, one of my metal clips stayed in. I just got to pop it out with some pliers and put it back on. It just like pinches onto the plastic, but there's another one down here. So we got all those panels off so we can run our wires nice and clean. For the ground, we're going right here where that jack mount was. Wire wheeled it down to bare metal. Got our ground running through there, poking out under the carpet. Gonna be good. So we finally got our power cable ran. I went through the bottom of that main grommet. I didn't cut it. I peeled it back. Also unplugged that. As you can see, it plugs in right there. Take that off, you get a lot more room to wiggle around. Got this little red tab on it. Pop that free, and then you pinch that. You can wiggle it down. But as you see, nice and clean down there. It's just peeled back a little. Took a flathead screwdriver in here on the inside, but first you gotta take this little guy off. It just has this little black screw right there, and that covers up that guy, which actually mounts right here. Then all you do is pinch this on each side. It rotates back some, and then those little wheels fit in here. You just pick it up and you can push it off to the side and kind of sit it on that. And that gives you a lot more room to get into here, where I took the flathead and pushed it in between the seal and the firewall and pulled it back some. And then I used this trampoline spring puller to just stuck it in there and twisted it where I could get a hook on it. Pulled it out some, far enough to get the screwdriver on each side of this cable. Obviously the cable wasn't through there yet, but just open up a little gap and then push the wire through. And as you can tell, I've just thrown a little slick thing of silicone covering that up, because obviously there's a lot of electronics. We don't want to get, you know, moisture in here, potentially whatnot. We've ran our wire nice and clean underneath that. Back here follows this up underneath here, underneath that, under the box, coming down through here. And now we have power, ground, and speaker wires all ran right here. We're ready to throw the amp right here and get started hooking everything up. This part is more of a follow-up to the install video of the head unit, because I had some things incorrect. I just got off the phone with Crutchfield and they got me all straightened out. So I did not use the RCA Y adapter like I was supposed to. The input coming from the pack goes into this Y. It goes into the, whatever that is, AV-in. So we got that straight. That frees up all of that. Our pink wire goes to our Bluetooth. Steering wheel control output goes in the IF right there. If we have a backup camera or trailer brake, whatever, or not trailer brake, the parking brake, if we want to hook that up, like I said, with a camera, we've got those with the ones coming from the pack. I think that's everything. We just got to plug our cables from the amp down here to one that says SW. And then we have to tap into this blue and white wire for the trigger wire. It's the one she said to go into. And then that's her, dude. I gotta finalize all this crap and get it tucked away nice and neat and proper, because we got just so much going on. But I'm gonna run those RCA cables, I guess up this way. Maybe I'll go the other way just so we have a little more space. Either way, major progress. But there's your update. If you bought this, or you did buy it because the video referred to how I have everything plugged in now. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have made some major progress and it is looking absolutely amazing. But unfortunately, we gotta go get two different things to complete the job. One being a little terminal adapter so we can actually hook the power wire up. And then we gotta get some little T-taps to hook our remote trigger into the back of the head unit. But everything is hooked up, and obviously I'll show y'all all this in better lighting. But quickly, we got our base knob right here. Got the wire running behind that. Underneath the console, straight out the back, under the floor mat. You'll see it's super clean. And then on this side, running from there under the cluster, we've got our trigger wire and our power wire. Come back here. Boom. Look how freaking clean. I'm actually super stoked about this. Turned out awesome. So we got our trigger wire, ground, positive, brain fart. Our speaker wire going from here to the sub, and then on the other side we got the RCA and the base knob, which turned out super clean. I can't wait to show y'all this in the light. It's freaking awesome. Still undecided. I'm thinking I did get the wrong subs for this particular box going behind here, even though I bought it all off of Skar's website, and it had like it listed together of commonly purchased together. But I think these subs stick out too far with this box. I think they're gonna be rubbing the crap out of the seat. I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe we'll go for an under seat box. Maybe it's gonna be fine once we get everything finalized and tucked away. Maybe we'll have to put a little bitty spacer between. We'll see. Either way, it's coming together. This side, we just have the RCAs running all the way up there. Both sides tucked in nice and clean. Behind the box coming in the middle. And here, just got it running up over that into here, and then into the back of the head unit. So gotta go get those other two things, and then we'll wrap this up, and it's gonna be time to power it up, and hopefully everything works right. Here's your terminal adapter that you're gonna need. So this is the factory one. Obviously no way to connect anything, and you really can't even squeeze anything between this and the battery. So this gives you to where it plugs in just like that. And then you can unscrew this one and put your power cable on the end of here. There is your part number and everything. So it's finally time to throw our fuse tap in, our fuse in, connect this, get our power hooked up, and then we will use our fuse tap to hook in our trigger wire. That pollen is out of control today. I mean, I don't think it's showing up on camera. It's so thick. Like, you can probably watch it landing. This is insane. I just pulled this truck out. I'm about to power it up for the first time and test to see if everything works. It's gonna be ruined by the time I even do that. Holy, I mean, bruh, worst time of the year. All right, I'd say we're about 95% done. Just got a few things to tidy up, but everything is working. Let me run through it real quick. Got our power wire wrapped in this loom. Looks really good and factory, nice and clean. We got our fuse back here, kind of just chilling. I gotta decide where I wanna permanently mount that, but it's fine right there for the time being. Got everything put back together with the dash, the floor. Left our base knob right here. It's, I don't know if that's a permanent location, but it's accessible and mostly out of the way right now. So that's good, and it is working. Come back here. I probably already explained the sub situation about my wiring. Quickly, once again, you have to wire it both sides of the sub together, positive to positive, negative to negative, then run these both out. And then we went in the same location on the amp. So we got both subs coming in here, positive and negative here. Got all of this nice and clean. Got our RCAs, got our bass knob, which was perfect coming out right here. Ran it underneath here, inside this, out here, and then going under the floor mat, underneath there, and running up there. Super clean. I think that's pretty much it. RCAs are ran over there, nice and clean. Trigger wire, hooked that with the blue. Yours is probably going to be different, but I just tied in for trigger wire. I did screw up though, because unfortunately this amp or this box and this sub combination cannot fit here, because let me go to the other side and show y'all. It is 100% going to hit really bad. So it's unfortunate that they have these on their website as frequently sold together, because I figured, well, everyone's buying them, so they should fit. Clearly not. They do not fit. So I guess I'm going to have to get a new box. That's the cheapest solution. A down-firing one, I would assume. Y'all comment down below if they make any. I know Jacob's got a down-firing box in his 2500, but I think they're the same cabs, if I'm not mistaken. So I need to find out what box he has. As far as the way that they sound, when I first cut them on, I was pretty disappointed, I ain't going to lie. Wasn't much happening, but called Crutchfield just to see. And there still seems to be some overpowering of the tweeters, and which these are the stock tweeters in here. But even the door speakers seem, if I turn it up loud enough to where I feel like the bass should be, I feel like we're getting some distortion from the speakers. So I've got to figure that out, do some more research, but I can't tag this video on any longer. We've been going on for a couple days at this point. I'm just doing this and other stuff. But basically what the guy at Crutchfield got me to do was turn my gain up to 50%, which you can't turn these up, you know, you got to break the sub in, but then my LPF to about 100. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, which I'm probably could be. This is basically like the power output to your subs. So once you break your sub in, you can turn this up more until it gets like distorted or whatever, and then you want to bring it back down, and that's going to be its happy spot. Now this is basically the frequency that your sub is going to hit. So if it's turned way down, it's not going to hit some of the frequencies that it's turned up to. So he said to probably leave it here or 3/4 just until it breaks in or everything. But doing those two things dramatically increased the sound. It sounds way, way better now. I would say it hits the higher pitch, like the mid-level up bass, really, really good. But the lower end, real deep stuff, not super great. I don't really know if this is totally normal or if when we break it in and crank it up, it's going to be, you know, a lot louder. We'll just have to wait and see. But for now, it is dramatically better than without the sub. Obviously, it's very, very noticeable. It's very loud on the inside. And so I'm stoked with it. I'm ready to go for a nice cruise and just enjoy some subs. Still's got a little bit of static, which you can't hear when the truck's running. But there's some static coming through the tweeters for some reason. But I got some copyright-free stuff. So let's go ahead and play it and see what it sounds like. Whatever frequency this bass is at right here, this is what hits.
Now from the outside, it's pretty chill. I mean, you would not hear that period if the truck's running, which I don't care about people hearing it from the outside. This, oh, it sounds good.
All right, guys, well, that's going to be a wrap for this video. Hopefully y'all did enjoy. Definitely comment down below. Let me know what you think I should do different, what box I should get, if I got my settings all jacked up. I don't really know. Y'all let me know if you're a professional and you know what you're talking about. Yeah, I had this earlier because I had to have the seat back so I could put... Anyways, aside from the fact that they don't fit with this box with the seat up, which that really sucks, and that's a huge part of it. Aside from that, I am really happy with the setup. I think it sounds really good. I definitely think there is some more tinkering with the settings on the head unit that I need to do in order to get it where I want it, because I prefer the bass to be more than the sound. And right now the sound, you have to turn it up really loud for the bass to be equal to, or you have to turn the volume up really loud for the sub to be hitting like I want, but then the speakers are really loud. So I got to play around with it for sure, and probably some settings on the amp. And once it's broken in, and then we can, all that kind of stuff. And plus, like I said, y'all let me know, for those that really are into audio, y'all correct me, y'all get me on the right path. Drop a comment, let me know. But I'm going to quit rambling. Hope y'all did enjoy. Comment down below, let me know. I'll see y'all in the next one.